Accountability and being accountable. That's such a powerful word. It's such a powerful word that has just something absolutely amazing behind it that I feel like a lot of us don't really respect that word enough, knowing that it's something that is very, 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 very powerful that we all should start to really pay closer attention to on this planet. And being more accountable to what it is that we do, realizing that stuff that comes to us is more likely a result of something that you have done and you are currently even thinking about you even want to do. And sometimes it's not some outside sources of things that are happening to you, but just the fact that you just didn't stand up to doing what it is that you said you wanted to do and we're going to do, that maybe that's what you're having a situation with. That just being accountable, standing up, saying, I messed up, I did it, I didn't get it done right, knowing that it was you that didn't do it. So stop trying to put that blame upon somebody else. I wonder how many times that we just want to blame everything else and everyone else around us instead of just looking at our own selves and realizing we're the ones that did it. We're the ones that messed it up. So let me just figure out how to be able to get past that and deal with that so that I can be able to have a better existence on this planet. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today I want to read something in the book of Romans in the third chapter. Let me double check that. The book of Romans in the third chapter, all the way down to the 19th verse. Because it's something that's just very interesting to me, because it's just something that I just come to believe wholeheartedly with everything that I do on a day-to-day and everything that comes to me and everything that I'm experienced with and everything, just everything with everything. Having a good understanding of what this is to know where I'm headed and what I'm about to do and what I need to continue to keep on pursuing. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this right up front. And I'm going to start off by saying, simple little, God, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be able to do what it is that I do, to be able to stand here and be able to feel like I'm just so blessed to be able to have what I have and blessed to be able to go where I go. And just standing right here and being able to look over there that y'all can't see right now, but I can see the magnificentness of what God has done with these wildflowers in Texas are just phenomenal. And my neighbor is just on point with what he's been doing out here to make it look absolutely amazing. And then the scenery that I can see here right now is just absolutely amazing to be able to be a part of and be able to have a good understanding of. And just the understanding of realizing that the more I've been praying and asking about getting better about something, which is reading, I realize that I'm starting to get better with it. And I know the power that God is able to give me and the power that you have given me, God, to be able to just continue to keep getting better at what it is that I do and not being at a standstill and not going downhill. But when I'm asking for something, I'm needing something, that I'm desiring something, that you just follow through and help me out. So I want to read this right here and just say, now, we know that whatever the law says, it says to those who are under the law, so that every mouth may be silenced and the whole world held accountable to God. Therefore, no one will be declared righteous in God's sight by the works of the law. Rather, through the law, we become conscious of our sin. It's something that I just come to realize, and I just really puts a lot in me to talk about something today, and the whole the term of accountability, and the fact that I just have to say the same thing again today that I've said many times, and in reality the beginning of the core of what it is that I started with, and being able to have a better understanding of what it is that we should listen to and what it is that we should just completely reject. And sometimes being held accountable means that we need to be able to recognize our own selves, what's going on and what's happening, so that we can know where to go and what to do. And sometimes we're just not holding ourselves to any sort of standard, that we're holding ourselves to, say, someone else's standard, for instance, that we're looking at them as if they're great, like almost as if they are a god, and they are not. But we are looking at them as if they are, and we're trying to do and emulate what it is that they do and what it is that they have, realizing that they are headed to a level of destruction, and they're just trying to bring you in and trying to pull you into that. And sometimes there's something interesting that I was thinking about and talking about yesterday about the whole concept of look at a person's fruits to be able to figure out what it is, if they are of the truth or if they are on a destructive path. And sometimes, a lot of times that I was just thinking like, yeah, if it looks like that person has a lot of items, a lot of things, such as a lot of these churches, and I just have to go back to this, a lot of these places have an extreme amount of stuff, extreme amount of seats, carpets, cameras, lights, just everything that's in there that is in an abundance. And sometimes a person can stand up and say, well, look at what I have. I clearly have a whole lot, so I must be the one preaching the right message, as opposed to realizing that they are taking and using something from us, from you, from everybody, to be able to take from us, to make us feel some sort of way of, as we're not good enough and we aren't able to do and be for ourselves, that they are taking our resources to purchase and to be able to have that, as opposed to the fruits of their world of realizing that things should just come to them as opposed to them trying to take and just continuously keep on stealing from you in a way. And then they have this what looks good around. Because there's many times that it's just something interesting of the concept that I just keep going through is me being accountable to what it is that I have and the things that are around me and the stuff that I have. That sometimes we just have too much stuff. We got to let some of this stuff go because it's something that is just very powerful about letting the stuff go, about getting rid of the stuff in your life. And when I talk about stuff, it could be even people in reality, but mainly I'm primarily talking about physical items right now, such as too many TV sets that are in your house, too many speakers that are in your house, too many purses and shoes and everything that's in your house that you just have so much of that you're just looking around like, I'm kind of stuck with all this stuff. And sometimes that stuff is not to show that you are doing great and are great on this planet. Sometimes the more stuff that you have kind of makes you more just destroyed in a way of feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling as if I don't know where to go and what to do and how to be able to move because I have all this stuff. I can't make moves. I can't go over there. I can't do this because I have all this stuff. And a whole bunch of stuff is not something that we should be looking at from somebody and anybody on this planet that to say that they are doing good and they are in a good, blessed position. Stuff is meaningless. Stuff comes and goes. Stuff is not forever. Things of the flesh, what is this stuff, is not something that we should be striving for, to look at somebody to say, hey, you're doing good because that's stuff that you have. And a lot of times we go to these big, huge churches, and not even big, huge, but just some of these places that just have a lot of stuff. And it makes it seem as if they just have the right message to say, as opposed to thinking like, didn't the man Jesus say to us you want to really understand my word, you really understand me, get rid of all your stuff. Get rid of all the extra and then come to me. Then you'll be able to figure out what life is all about. Not gain more stuff, gain more things, gain more items, and then you'll understand. No, he says to get rid of it. There's something extremely powerful I'm going to tell you today about being able to just get rid of some of the stuff that you have, if not majority of all of the stuff that you have, so that you can be able to freely move and do what it is that you need to do and want to do, and just always want to be able to consider to do. That the more stuff you have, the more locked in you are. The more locked in you are, the more in stress and chaos in reality you are, because you don't feel free. You feel enslaved. You feel trapped. And when you feel trapped and you feel enslaved, you kind of going to do some extremely damaging stuff because you want to be able to break out, but you don't know how to break out. And then you watch someone else break out, and then you just have this level of like just disgust and hate and jealousy and rage behind you when you see someone that's just freely moving and freely going. There's something behind probably a lot of people when they see a lot of these people that just traveling. Like, I wish I could do, and then you just don't like them, you agree with them, and then you're going to talk down about them. Oh, you're homeless, you live in your van, you're this and this, but yet not realizing that they're living an experience of a life that is just absolutely amazing in a way. To be able to go and be able to be and be able to integrate themselves in just anywhere and anywhere at any time is something that is just extremely powerful on this planet. To be able to know that you can make moves. The more stuff that you collect, the less that you're able to do, and the more of the responsibility you have on just making sure that your stuff is taken care of. It's a huge problem that we have in America. We have so much stuff that we have storage places that we go to pay money every single month to just store our stuff. The stuff that you never even see, you never even use, you never even touch, you never even care about really too much anymore because it's clearly in a remote location than where you currently live with just all this stuff. And all this stuff is just slowing you down. And just because you have a lot of stuff doesn't mean you know what joy is, you know what peace is, you just have a good sense of self-control, you have a good level of patience, you have the true wisdom that's needed to be able to have and be able to teach someone else something great on this planet. The more stuff you have doesn't show any of that. It's the person inside of who they are. And a lot of times I just keep seeing the same thing over and over. Even some people today that's just starting to switch up and change up on me in a way of like, donate here and give to me to help me, to get this going, to help me. It's like, that's not the mission that we should be on out here. The mission of trying to get more and get more popularity and get more stuff and get more items and get a bigger church and get a better PA system and get a better camera system to be to spread my message more. It's something with me and my own self that I had to really just think hard about. What is a better system going to do if you can at least get what it is that you got to say out there? That's all that really matters on this planet. And the basic equipment that we have, even just a simple cell phone that's in my pocket, is powerful enough to do such a thing. And that's something that a lot of us should really think hard about. The extra stuff, the extra things to get the message out that you're looking for. Maybe the route that you're trying to take with thinking you need all these things is not the way. And be more just that word accountable with understanding that you just have to do it and make it and put it out there, and then you're going to watch something absolutely great come from it. It's something that I just see over and over again with these people that we all worship and kind of pray to, and thinking that they know it all and have it all because they literally have it all. They have the items, they have the stuff. And these people don't have the stuff because they don't have it without you. given to them over and over without them saying something in a specific message to you to keep making you give it to them over and over again and keeping you enslaved and taking all your stuff to give it to their stuff and watching your stuff go down to nothingness and watching theirs go up and keep on cruising. That's something that is just very damaging on this planet that we should be very wary of what's going on with that and wondering why is it that we are not getting in a better place, but yet these people, the slim few amount of people, are looking good. They're shining. They're just, they got Bentleys, they got jets, they got Rolls Royces, they got all these cars, they got all this jewelry, they got all these things, but yet I could barely make 2 of my bills this month. But you got a guy up there preaching a message to you, talking about how you need to give to him more and give to him more so that you can be able to spread this message more. But yet you see him up there with the $20,000, $30,000 suit and a tire on and getting himself a $1,000 haircut every single weekend. And you're wondering why am I in lack? Why am I struggling? Why am I hurting? And this stuff is just absolute mass manipulation, that they're coming in here to just take everything from you, to keep you beat down, and to not allow you to be able to have the freedom and the understanding of knowing some true information out here, the true information that we live in absolute abundance. And if they're not teaching you that's something that is just very interesting to me, that just lets me know that they are not headed on the right path, and they're headed to something of absolute destruction, because they need to take from someone and to be able to get what it is that they need, as opposed to being able to know that the fruits of God are going to come from God in Jesus themselves, giving it directly to you as a source to be able to use and be able to make stuff happen on this planet, instead of having to use everybody around you to be able to make it look like you're putting on a show, because that's all they're doing, is putting on a show. Something that is just very interesting to me. A lot of times we want to just say follow and be a part of, but we need to be more accountable to our own selves and realizing that I'm not getting what it is that I'm wanting. I'm not getting what it is that I even need. And I'm not being able to pursue what it is that I want to do. But yet I keep on seeing these people and this stuff go on around that's just kind of growing and growing and growing and getting so much better. But yet I'm not getting anywhere. We need to figure out a whole new system with that, and you need to stop just going in and continue to go into that, thinking that one day it's going to come to you, because that's the message that they're going to really shove to you instantly. If you keep on giving, hopefully in 100 years, you'll finally be able to get something back from that. And that is leading you to nowhere. That you need something right now. You're looking for some assistance now. You're looking for some clarity now. You're looking for some forgiveness now. You've got issues going on right now that you need to deal with. And that's something that we need to just stand up more and more with, and just start to reject a lot of what's going on out here, and start to have a good understanding of realizing that I myself am an awesome, absolute creator on this planet. Not God, but a creator of being able to have and be able to do what it is that you want to do. And if you don't have someone that's looking at you in that way and saying to you, I like what you're doing, you're awesome with what you're doing, you're awesome with who you are, and I even want to kind of help you push and pursue more of what it is that you're doing, you need to be very, very careful of who that person is, that they're looking at you like, how can you just only help me? How can you give me something to help me? As opposed to me being a man of God standing here saying to you that if you don't need to give to me to make me better. I want to give to you to make you better. I want to give to you to make sure that you are in a position of just peace and joy. I want to give to you to figure out how to be able to get you the abundance that you're looking for. You don't need to give to me and then hopes that because you give to me that you're going to have the abundance that you're looking for. That's such a broken, and it's a system, and it's a broken one that is just completely inappropriate with the way that it's being said. Hey guys, hey May, Oreo, that's still the chicken's food. Come here. And that's something that a lot of us should really just put a whole lot of thought behind, with making sure that we're not trying to give everything inside of us to see someone grow, and then we're not going and not doing anything, because that's something that is just a evil thing. And I know many videos ago I'm saying the only way it starts is you got to give to someone and give to this, but you can't give to someone and continue to give your whole life into someone that doesn't care about you, that has no meaningful relationship to want to even watch you grow and watch you to get better. You need to put yourself and surround yourself with people that are looking out for the best of you, the people that want to see you grow and want to help you grow, and are doing that, such a thing. Not just giving to someone who kind of looks at you every time you're looking for some assistance and says, I'm too busy, go over there and go talk to that person, and I don't even know what your name is, but go get away from me, because you're slowing down my energy, and you're bumming me out with this sad story that you're trying to come to me with. People like that, push them out, push them away. I'm telling you, they are not looking out for the best of you. They're not trying to help you. Hey May, let's get down. You get down there, you get down over here, one or the other, homegirl. But something like that is just very, very, very toxic of a people to try to put ourselves and try to keep ourselves around. That we need to stand up as a people, our own selves, and say, I'm not going to deal with this anymore, and I can't continue to keep dealing with this, and figure out how to get, if you're in such a huge, large group, figure out how to get yourself in a smaller group of people that are actually looking out to want to help you, and you actually looking out to want to help them, and you actually seeing the things that are going on behind the scenes of what's actually going on, as opposed to just doing and giving so much to something that doesn't care at all about you. And these guys and girls are so good at manipulating the words of this Bible to make you think that if you don't do that, you're not going to make it to heaven. And that's the place, for one, that we're not even going. And it's stated that over and over in that book as well. But they're going to say and manipulate you with these messages. Say, if you don't give to us, then you're not going to be able to be forgiven. If you don't give to us, then you don't even know you can't have no communication with Jesus. If you don't give to us, they use this stuff over and over to try to get into your emotions and get into your feelings so that they can look good, and then watch you just keep going downhill. This is something that just is getting bigger and bigger and bigger today. That it's just, it kind of almost sickens me in a way to keep on watching and seeing what's going on with it. Realizing how many people are just taking advantage of us. How many people that are just really intelligent with the words that they say, really intelligent with knowing how to manipulate this book to be able, the book of the Bible, to be able to just take from you and keep on taking from you and leave you in an absolute sense of fear. And then watching that they are doing something absolutely amazing on this planet that has nothing to do with the Word of God and preaching and trying to spread the message and trying to actually heal you and help you and be able to get you through your addictions and get you through your problems and get you into a better situation. That all they're doing is just keeping you down, enslaved. And you watching them as a slave master just growing and going and going and looking good and throwing that whip out there saying, you better get this and you better do this and you better make this happen. If you don't do this, and you don't know God. If you can't do this, then you'll never speak to him. This is getting extremely toxic, extremely dangerous. That something and a big, huge change needs to start happening with this. That I know something someday here at some point is going to happen. That it's just all going to start to become and be exposed. And it's for us to be in a position that we're not angry at it. We're not mad at it. But we should just be more accountable to ourselves and realizing that I'm the one that's putting myself into this, and I'm the one that's continuing to keep doing this, as opposed to trying to do my own research, get my own understanding, and just starting to pray and ask for my own self for the clarity that I'm looking for. And that's something that I just want to say, and something that I just have to say over and over. And just right there for me to end that and say, I'm so thankful to be able to understand how to read. I'm so thankful to be able to understand how to be able to navigate through different texts, to be able to get a better understanding of it, of myself. I'm just so thankful to be able to have the hearing, to hear another person speak, and to be able to have the books and the text, and to be able to have the information to be able to challenge what they're saying, to say, hey, I see what you're saying, but this is saying something completely different. And the understanding, I'm so thankful to be able to have the understanding of being able to go through it all and be able to see it all, to have a realness of what's happening here, as opposed to listening to a message that somebody wants to try to make it to be, but actually have a message of what it actually is to be. And that's something that I'm just so thankful for. And I'm so thankful to just continue to keep on doing and being about what it is that I do and be. Of me just personally seeing the abundance, seeing the fruits of what it is that I'm doing without the need of having anybody else give me any sort of input to be able to make it happen. That it just happens for me. Things that I need just happen for me. And it's going to continue to keep on happening like that for me. And sometimes if it's say not there, the certain thing that I'm looking for, somewhere else, something else has come to me that it is that I was looking for. And it's just, I'm so thankful to be able to keep on having and keep on doing and keep on being very, very consistent and persistent with what it is that I keep on reading and researching and studying. That this is never and done. This guy knows it all and he's going to feed me the information. No, this is a lifelong journey for all of us to keep continuously researching, to figure out, to know more about, because nobody knows it all. And if one person stands up and says, I know it all, I read the book 50 times and I know it all, I'm an expert at it, be very wary of that, because there's still more than just that. There's still more than just the text of the Bible. There's still more than just looking at the world and trying to get on a good understanding of it. There's an unlimited amount of stuff out here, and us as humans should be constantly seeking that unlimitedness to figure out how to be able to get into a better position. I'm just so thankful to be able to continue to keep having this like drive behind me to keep on learning and wanting to know more. And I'm thankful that I've been doing that my whole life. And ever since I can remember, I've always had a what is this and what is that? And I hear you what you're saying with that, but what about this over here? It's something that is just very, very powerful to be able to help us grow into being something completely better and different on this planet. And I'm so appreciative of it. And I'm so appreciative to be able to understand the message of who Jesus is and what he's all about, to be able to help me be able to realize that the way that the move and maneuver on this planet is through love and not through hate, and not through fear, and not through none of that. Fear and all that is not going to set you up in a way of being able to have peace and being able to have joy. It's going to set you up for destruction. And the more and more that you look around and see this world, the more and more that you're just really going to start seeing the absolute destruction that's on this planet as opposed to the love. So that must mean that most of the information that we're seeing is putting us in fear. And we need to get away from the fear and get into the joy, because that's something that is going to be able to help you be able to grow on this planet and to be able to do what it is that you need to do on this planet, as opposed to just doing what it is that someone else is trying to force you to do because they have a hidden agenda behind what it is that they're doing. And I just want to say thank you.